So I'm in Newark, New Jersey today, not in the best of areas, but I came to see the Woodland Cemetery. Founded in 1855, it was once a beautiful example of a garden cemetery with a park-like setting, but now much of it is an overgrown forest. But before I get back inside there, I wanted to show you this amazing old gatehouse. This was constructed between 1873 and 1881. Brownstone Gothic Revival style. It stands here at the main entrance to this old cemetery. This front portion of the cemetery has been cleaned up and it is somewhat maintained, but where I'm headed is into those woods right back there. Definitely not a place where you'd want to be at night. It just has to do with luck as usual. I mean, no matter where you go, it's a game of luck. These are all graves in here. This is all stones. About half of this cemetery at this point looks like this. The other half is somewhat kept up. They've been working on this for the better part of at least 10 years now at this point. But it's all people just donating their time. It's a decent sized cemetery, over 80,000 graves. And it's a monumental task to clean this up. I mean, this is a literal forest in the middle of Newark. Wow. It got so bad in the 1980s that everything was just completely abandoned and closed off. It was an absolute haven for drug use, prostitutes, homeless were living in here, garbage, and yes, even murder occurred here. In fact, a good number of murders or bodies actually were found dumped in this cemetery. You can see why. Plenty of private areas to do whatever nefarious things you are interested in doing. It's estimated that over 11,000 of these graves have been desecrated at some point in some way or fashion, either toppled over, possibly even grave robbing. Look at this grave. Might be hard to see it on the video, but obviously looks like this has been dug up. I even read something about at least allegations that some of those older graves, like the Civil War graves, were buried on top of with newer graves. Now at first, because there were so many Germans buried here, it was known as the German cemetery, but eventually all populations, immigrants and Eastern European, Italy, Irish, and African Americans were all buried here. By the way, I've had a number of people contact me saying that they haven't gotten notification of my new videos when I put them out. I don't know why that could be, but if you are interested in having a notification, go and double check and make sure yours is checked. And that could possibly be the problem. YouTube can be very weird and buggy sometimes. And while many states do have some sort of fund that require all cemeteries to pay into, believe it or not, New Jersey does not. So things like this can happen because there is just no financial safety net for them. But many locals around this area would argue that it was lack of proper financial management. In 1988, the Woodland Board asked for help to maintain order, and however, the private cemetery board of trustees were ignored and denied, and the problem got worse and worse. And there's actually news reports about people who have a number of family members buried here, and they had to kind of go looking through it and take the situation into their own hands and cut away the brush to find their loved ones' graves. Yeah, here's a great example of so many of them have been pushed over. So there's a group of volunteers that work here and have worked here for years now, called Organized Change. Like I said, it's all volunteers. They come in, donate their time, volunteer to help clear this area. It's a slow process, but little by little, it's getting done. I believe that they did start selling plots again to raise more money. I don't know, I'm not sure how successful that has been. However, they have been butting heads with the Board of Trustees, who the volunteers of Organized Change say they are not from the area. And so they have different views and different ideas of outcome, you know, what ultimately they want to have done and how things should be done. Now, this back and forth actually came to a head in 2006, where there was an actual physical altercation, a fist fight between a member of each of those groups. And so I think after that, all communication was cut off for quite some time. Look at this. Look at all these graves in here. It's hard to even see them. Probably better in the wintertime. Oh, so I'm walking through these bushes. It stinks. I don't see anything. I hope it's just an animal. Unfortunately, you never know here. Not even being dramatic. I mean, a number of people have been found dead in this cemetery. And no, I'm not talking about the ones in the ground. Actual murders. So there are a number of documented bodies that were found. For the most part, it's unknown whether or not they were actually killed in this cemetery or if they were just dumped here. Some of the names that I was able to track down online for people that were either found, murdered here, or in this area right alongside the cemetery walls. And I might be pronouncing some of their names wrong, but July of 2010, Thomas Lowney or Louncey, I can't remember exactly what his name was. He was found shot dead in this cemetery, actually inside here somewhere. The body of Melvin Williams, 43 years old, was found burning and wrapped in cellophane just in front of the old gates out there. In April of 2005, a popular high school football player named Yusuf Shobaz, 17 years old, was shot and killed in the corner of Rose and Bergen, that's actually, those roads border this cemetery. Another burned body was found inside the cemetery in 2001. I'm not sure if it was ever ID'd. In 2018, 40-year-old Niger Scott was found dead by a passerby, gunshot wounds to the chest. I mean, it's never ending. There's way more. I just did a little bit of research about it. I believe in 2011, 22-year-old Nahaj Hunter, his body was discovered next to the Woodland Cemetery. Again, Rose and Bergen. I'll take you over to where some of the area has been cleared. And like I said, I believe they have resumed burying people here, or at least trying to sell plots in order to make some money. How successful that is, I don't know, but it looks fairly normal. But picture that, what you're seeing used to look like that. So a lot of progress has been done, but there's just a lot more that needs to be done. For some reason, this area was cleared, and I'm wondering why all the areas. We're kind of way back in the woods. This has been somewhat recently cleared in the last year or two. I wish there was a sign or something that would say why this was cleared. See, they've already marked these. I thought maybe it would have been the separate African American burial area, but I don't think so. There's definitely evidence of areas that had been cleared a few years back, but you're constantly fighting the fact that you clear this area, and unless you maintain it, it just all grows back again. Anyway, at the risk of redundancy, that's going to be the end of the video. I just wanted to come in real quick and check this place out for myself. Not the nicest of places, but extremely interesting. It's fascinating to see what happens over time and how things change. All right, I'm getting out of here. I'll see you in the next video.